Hi guys, what's going on? This is Cool Toys, and what I have here on my table today are Mee Toys Cowboys and Indians. These are basically like your army men, toy soldiers when you were a kid, and they're made right here in the United States, which is great, from a Pennsylvania company. There you can pause and read if you like. And just has a mixture in this bag. I know there's a little bit of glare, but there's a mixture of Cowboys and Indians. The only thing I'm seeing that is like a little bit of a disappointment is that like you have tan Indians and tan Cowboys and brown Indians and brown Cowboys. I wish that maybe they separated them, made all the tan ones, the Indians and the Cowboys all brown. But that doesn't matter because what I'm planning on doing with these is I want to paint them. They look very realistic. I'm going to open up the bag so you guys can take a look at it, but the sculpt looks really good. And I'm going to see if I need to prime them before I paint them, or if I can just put like acrylic paint right on them and it'll adhere. So, all right, stand by while I open this bag of Mee Toys Cowboys and Indians. All right, so I cut the back, so let's dump them out. That's a lot of toy soldiers in it. Has a little information. Oh, there's still one guy still stuck in the bag. Let's get him out of there. And then I'm going to stand all these guys up. So here is the back of the packaging. Here's the original. Hopefully some of the glare will be off of it. But the Mee Toys Cowboys and Indians, supposed to be 40 pieces in here. We'll count them at the end. The shadows of the Cowboys and the two Indians here, realistic. You already saw that. So, and here you go. There's some more information. See, yeah, they do make the United States soldiers, and I know they make other armed forces from other countries. And they have tanks and all kinds of awesome stuff. Let's put that right back here. All right, let's see if I can get this in frame and stand up some of these guys. All right, here's their first cowboy. He's in a standing shooting position. I'll come in closer with the camera. Like I said, really nice sculpt on these. Here's another cowboy. Gunslinger has his two pistols out at his side. Let's put the Cowboys over here. Probably some of these are going to be like do-overs, duplicates. Here's the Gunslinger getting ready to draw. Sorry for the shadows, things like that. That was an Indian. See, so yeah, here's the brown version of the same cowboy that we saw with the rifle in the standing position. So you got two. You got one in tan and one in brown. We'll put the tan guys over here, I guess. Let's see if there's any other versions. Okay, we got a different one. He already drew his pistol and he's ready to fire. So he did a quick draw. We'll put him next to this guy. And the faces all kind of similar. They look similar. I don't see any mustaches or beards. But, I could probably paint those on. At least, a 5 o'clock shadow. Let's see. We got any other different guys? Oh, this guy. Wow, this is a nice pose. Looks like he was shot in the chest. So he's holding his wound in his chest. And his pistol is probably about to drop. His knees are slightly bent, like he's gonna fall over. He got blasted. Or it could be from Native Americans shot an arrow in him and he already pulled the arrow out. Here's another quick draw pose. Where's he at? So we got duplicate of him. He doesn't want to stand, so may have to stretch him out a little bit. I don't know if these are like other, plastic figures where you got to warm them up in warm water and, hopefully they'll be pliable and bend again. Here's another quick draw. So, when they say 40, That not really being specific of like 40 different poses. I don't know if it does that and read like every single word yet on it packaging, but it would be nice if they would include that to say if they were 40 separate poses of each character, or they are duplicates of how many. If I got this rifleman holding this rifle at a lower position, I wish it stated on there, hey, there's 3 of these guys and 2 of the others and 5 of the other ones. Anyway, but this is a new one. Brown, he's holding his rifle in a lower position, like he's scouting, looking in the pasture, down the way, down the field for either animals or Indians. Another standing position. All right, I'm back. So I got all the Cowboys stood up except for one. One just does not want to stand. Let's bring in the camera so you can get a better look. All right, so over there are the riflemen. I'll just use this in the lower rifle position. So we got 2 brown, 2 tan and 3 brown. The riflemen in the standing position, we've got 2 tan and 2 brown. Like I said, really nice sculpt. Here's your cowboy getting ready to draw. 2 tan, 2 brown. We have the drawn cowboy with his pistol out. 2 tan and 2 brown. You have the pistols out shooting in the air, maybe in a warning or already after he drew down on somebody. 1 tan, 1 brown. And we only got 1 guy that's been shot and injured, so I guess the Cowboys are doing pretty good. Only 1 guy got hurt, so that's a shame. I would like maybe a few more of these ones, but I guess that's where you got to buy more of these bundle packs to get what you want. So I will bring out the Indians next. Next for the Indians, the Native Americans, we have 1 guy drawing his bow. Nice sculpt. You have the quiver with the arrows in the back. Put him there. And here's another pose in the brown color. He's crawling, and he has a long rifle with him. There are some like flashing on these that are still sticking on some of these soldiers, but I guess I'll just have to trim that off, especially before I decide to paint these. But pretty cool pose. He has like a necklace, maybe with bones on it from kills that he took down. Native American pants, has like stuff in his hair, maybe feathers and string, things like that. What other different pose do we have? Okay, so this guy might be, you can pretend he's the chief. He's got a tomahawk and a dagger in one hand. And loincloth with pants and the big feathered dress hat. So, that might be a little difficult to paint if I'm going to paint each individual feather, especially if they're, different colors. And he has like a necklace. Put him over there. This guy's pretty interesting. He's crawling. I'll show you in a minute. He's in a crawling position, headdress with the tomahawk. So maybe that could be the chief sneaking up on people. So that's what he looks like. Whoop. Focus. So that's in his crawling position. We have another one. This guy has a shield and, sorry, I had to clear my throat. Spear, long spear. Pretty cool. And we have Native American with his bow drawn. He's getting ready to fire, and he's in a kneeling position. Do we have any other different ones? I think that's only ones there are. I'll line them up and we'll see if there's any other different poses. All right, I'm back. Got them all lined up. You have to be really careful when you're setting these up. I wish I had the camera rolling, but I tapped this one Native American here, and he just did a domino and like knocked over the whole row. So you may have to glue them down or things like that. Let's take the camera off the tripod and I'll get closer in. I'll show you. Looks like with the Native Americans, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different poses. How many was the Cowboys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different poses for each. But it's still, strange. I only got the one cowboy that was injured, just one single one. Every other one has like duplicates. I can't say that word, my gosh, of all of these. So we'll just say the same of each other. All right, let's see. So we'll count them for all the different types we have. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Looking back at it, I did miss these two. So we actually have 42 figures in this pack. So, there were supposed to be 40 pieces, but hey, I got the lucky pack. I got the bundle pack with 2 extra. And maybe that's where something got mixed up when they were sorting these out and putting them in the bags. I was probably supposed to get more of these guys and maybe a little less of these or a little less of these figures. But, when you buy a couple of these packs together, you just mix and match them the way you want them. So let's do one final like diorama, like the Cowboys versus the Indians. I'll just put them in the background, nothing real special, but I'm just gonna put it on there and we'll do the outro. So stand by. All right, I'm back. So here's a little diorama that I set up. Still have plenty of these action figures set to the side. I didn't use them all. Just wanted to separate the Cowboys and the Indians. So I'll explain a little bit. We have the chief. He's speaking to the main cowboy leader, and then things get a little out of hand because maybe one of these cowboys drew their pistol, and one of the other Native Americans thought that he shouldn't have drawn his weapon. He fired an arrow on him, so he's being taken down. He's getting ready to draw, so everything's going to break loose now. The peace talk is over, peace treaty. And we have these Native Americans, sorry for the shadow, sneaking up on this cowboy here. So they're probably going to take him down. And you got some bowmen back here standing by. And these guys. So, with rifles, they're repeating, and pistols, they're just going to start blasting off. And, what I assume is that all this gun smoke is just going to break loose, and you're just going to have all these Native Americans just taken down in a matter of seconds. Maybe some arrows or spears will come loose, but the Cowboys most likely will take care of business. Wow. So that's the end of this little battle. Just showing you what you can do, and I'm sure you can set up really nice dioramas, put down a nice terrain and buildings in the background, and you got trees. I just have this backboard here. And also, what's cool with the Cowboys is that not all Cowboys were good guys. You had your groups of good guys, and you had bad guys, bank robbers, and things like that. And then you just had your regular farmers and honest, good working cowboys. So you can paint up these cowboys different colors and make different factions and groups and gangs. And the same thing with Native Americans. Not all were bad. You had good ones and you had bad ones. So imagination is your limit. Thank you all for watching. Please comment. Did you play with Cowboys and Indians when you were younger? Did you just play with the Army soldiers, fighting the good guys versus bad guys? And painting them, I don't know if any of you have painted them. I'm going to try and paint them. I've seen some guys on YouTube doing it, so we'll do a future video about that. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. This was Cool Toys. Later.